kind of like bringing order to chaos. I mean, imagine a ball game where there is no foul lines, right? And you've got a crowd watching the game with the ball coming through, right? And a guy chasing it, you know? And then take it to the next level where the only way you can get out or be put out is by being struck by the ball. It's like a crazy vintage game of dodgeball, right? And then take it yet to another level, and that the person that just got struck by the ball, who happens to be the number one athlete on the team, go back up to the plate and then swing again. Right? There was no designated order. There was no foul line. There were no bags or plates on the ground designating the bases. There were poles, and they had to get to the pole before they were struck. Not being struck by the ball and getting to the pole, they were safe. And the ball could go anywhere. It was a live ball. No matter what direction, 360 degrees, it ended up going. Foul, what we call a foul ball behind home plate was a live ball. So, they played a crazy game, is what they played, and a fireman put order to chaos. I think it was just a logical. Granted, there was a lot of influences in his life that caused him to do that. One of which was he's a Mason. So the reason that we call it the diamond comes from Mason lore. So the designation of a diamond was something that came from his background of being a master Mason. And that's obvious. I mean, without even being back there at the time and asking him that question, the fact that he was a master Mason and he designed something that was perfectly 90 feet to each bag, he ran a Mason. And the fact that he walked it off and his shoe size was exactly 12 inches, and he paced it because he was 6'2". His gait took him 90 feet from bag to bag. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff about it. Made it just a perfect